Welcome viewers. Let's see how we can spot Comet Neowise easily. It seems it is visible up until mid-August. I referred the New York Times article. So there is still time to view this if you still haven't had a chance to get a glimpse of the comet. This is one of the spectacular visitors into the 2020 sky. So last week of July, perfectly you guys will be able to view this. But one thing you need to know is that binoculars is must to get a good view of this comet. It is not easily visible to the unaided eye. So once you have binoculars, then at night time, if you locate two key stars, then we can easily see Neowise. And these stars are very easy to locate as well. And I will guide you through step-by-step instructions on how to locate them. So the stars are Psi UMa and Omega UMa. These are two stars that are part of Ursa Major constellation, which is the Big Bear. So Psi UMa is easily visible to the naked eye. However, Omega UMa, you will need a binocular to spot this star. Two helpful apps to assist you, catch a glimpse of Neowise easily are Sky Safari and Sky View. So both these apps are pretty nice and they have features that complement each other, and we can use them in combination to view our comet. So Sky View shows only stars visible to the naked eye when you look at a constellation. That's a big advantage to locate the constellation and then eventually guide us into Neowise. Now, on the other hand, Sky Safari shows stars visible both by eyes and binoculars or even telescope. So it shows a complete set of stars, a lot more stars that are part of the constellation. So we'll use them in conjunction to each other. So step 1 will be to spot the Big Dipper constellation. So this Big Dipper is very easily visible, and it we can look at how it looks to refresh your memory. So when is the best time to view this is about an hour after sunset. That is when the sky will be dark enough, and the general direction you need to look to spot these are northwest direction. So here is the Big Dipper constellation. This is in the shape of a spoon. So this Big Dipper is a part of the Ursa Major, a larger constellation. But this portion of the Ursa Major, the Big Dipper, is what is most important for us to locate the comet. This is consisting of 7 very bright stars that is very easily visible if you look in the northwestern direction around night time, or you can use one of these apps and they will point you to the direction. So now, two of the most important stars that are going to help us spot the comet is Dubhe and Merak. These are the end of the dipper, the spoon portion, the end of this, and Merak is the lower one closest to the horizon. Okay, so Merak and Dubhe will help us guide. So what you do is extrapolating that imaginary line that you saw connecting Dubhe and Merak, and then we have to look below the Big Dipper towards the left. So let's see how we can do that. So now for that we need a complete view of the Ursa Major constellation. So this is the Ursa Major constellation, that is the the Big Dipper is kind of the tail portion of the bear, and now you can see that there are two stars, Dubhe and Merak. So like so, these and these. So and now if you see, this is the tool, the leg of the bear, the hind leg. So here is the bear's knee, and this knee is the Psi UMa or the Psi star. That is what we need to spot next. So first, let's spot Merak and Dubhe. So once you spot the Big Dipper, you need to look at the end, the side of the spoon, and then once you've spotted the two stars up there shown by these arrows, then we will want to extend the imaginary line connecting Merak and Dubhe downward, and then you will hit the knee of the bear, kind of, to my mind. So that star is called Psi UMa. So now Fun fact is, on the other hand, if you extend that line upward, you were to extend it upward, you would see the pole star. So these Mirac and Dubhe are very useful, to locate the pole star as well. But coming back to our, extending downward, locating, Psi UMA, you do not need binoculars until now. You can use your unaided eye to locate this star. The Psi UMA is not as bright as the stars in the Big Dipper. It is slightly fainter, but still you will be able to locate this using your unaided eye. But you may need to give some time for your eyes to get used to the darkness. That way, you're sure that your night vision has kicked in. You should not look at bright lights, like screens, car headlights, and all those things, or even any oncoming traffic with headlights. Suppose you're parked by the side of the road, so make sure your night vision is kind of really, eyes got accustomed to the darkness. So if you are standing by the side of the road and you're facing oncoming traffic sometimes, then a trick I do is to close my eyes so that my eye do not readjust to the bright light. It will still be adjusted to the darkness around me. So remember the apps. So let's come back to the apps so that we can locate them. These apps complement each other. And now it is time to open Sky Safari, because Sky View would help you locate the constellation visible by the naked eye. And then we will open the Sky Safari now. So let me show you real quick how the Sky View looks like. So this is a picture of the Ursa Major from the Sky View app. This is taken in the early morning, so that is why it has rotated as it moves through the sky, but you can still see Dubhe and Mirac. So this is Dubhe and this is Mirac, and if you draw a straight line, extend it below, then you can see the knee of the bear. This is the Psi UMA that we are targeting, around which the comet will be visible each night. So this is the Sky View version, and now it is time to open Sky Safari. So open Sky Safari app and search for Neowise. Once the search result, once you click search here in over here, it will show you like this. This is how the Sky View will, Sky Safari will look like. And over here I have selected our relevant portion of the constellation. So you can see Dubhe up there, and then there is Mirac, and then you have the knee of the bear right about here. So if you draw a straight line right here, this is the knee of the bear, or the Psi star, and the comet is going to be somewhere to the left of that star, but a little bit below though. So how do you locate that? That is where Omega comes. And if you this is the little star Omega. It is much more fainter than the Psi star, and that is why you will need a binoculars to locate this particular star. So let's look at how you can locate that. But before that, let me show you two more stars which are very easily visible to the naked eye. The feet of the bear, these are the Tania stars, two of them. So personally I kind of located them with the help of Psi and Tania. There is a triangle, and when you used to view earlier this, the comet will be somewhere in this region, in that triangle somewhere there. So let's anyway look at the Mirac, and then you can extend it, and then you can see that you are seeing your Psi here. And then next, Psi is roughly a fist width apart from Mirac. So once you look at Mirac right here at the end of the dipper, if you extend your fist into the horizon, you kind of see that these two stars are separated by roughly a fist width. That also will help you spot this. Now you need to bring out your binoculars, because the next star, the Omega and even Neowise, You cannot see them easily with your naked eye, so you need your binoculars. I strongly advise you to spot the constellation and everything with your naked eye first, if you're a beginner. And then once you located Psi star, after that only bring out the binoculars, because the binoculars are going to restrict your view and focus in a very narrow area. So if you start using binoculars right away, you're going to struggle to locate anything. So only after locating the Psi star, bring out binoculars. Using binoculars, spot the Psi UMA. This is, why do we spot Psi? Because this is the stage where we are getting ready to locate omega or scan downwards, because below the Psi, or currently, at least in the last week of July, the comet is still below the Psi star. So scan vertically down until omega UMA is spotted. So let's look at something more helpful. So here is the omega UMA. So let me point that out to you. This is the Psi, and about a straight line here, this is the small white dot is omega. So Safari does show the fainter star in proportion, less bright, but you can see that that is somewhere in that triangle created by the knee and the feet of the bear. So when you scan vertically down from the Psi, you will see omega UMA easily in your binoculars. Once you do that, then it is quite easy to spot the comet right now. But if you are viewing in August, maybe it will be right next to the Psi itself. You may not even need to scan below. So you have to anyway scan leftwards and sideways as of now. So it is definitely way below the Big Dipper even now, around here. So now let's look at another map of Big Dipper. This green outline is the the green outline is the Great Bear, and within which you can see the Big Dipper also. So here is the Big Dipper starting here. This is the tail of the spoon, and this is the trough. So now Dubhe and Mirak is here, and if you draw a straight line, roughly extrapolate downwards, you see your Psi, and if you scan vertically down, you can see the omega star. So here again the Big Dipper has rotated and it's another angle, but in the night sky these two will be kind of vertically down. So Psi and omega are also in a straight line, but please note that omega is visible only with binoculars. So that image, the credit is the IAU Sky and Telescope magazine. Thank you for publishing that image. So now this one. So coming back to this, now you guys have an idea. So you go Dubhe, Mirak, go here, Psi, and then come down, omega, and then as of last week of July, this is right beside, right to the left hand side of omega UMA. But it rises 2 degrees every night roughly, it seems. So if you look in August, probably it will be rising so around here. So left of omega UMA is where its current position is. Vicinity of Psi UMA after the comet rises further. That is, if you view after last week of July, maybe it will rise further. Neowise, once you scan the skies with the binoculars, you will see something similar to this, especially if you are looking from a light polluted area. But on clearer nights or on darker sites, it will be much more clear, the tail, and also depending on the magnification of the binocular that you're using or telescope. So there is a tail and a core, and it looks more like a frozen block of ice, or to put it in another way, a torch beam upwards. The tail is pointing upwards. So you will immediately recognize that this is a different celestial object compared to the moon or the stars. So you will be able to identify this. Good luck, and if you have any questions or need help, add it in the comments and I can answer them. Thank you.